Hello fish lovers and aquascapers. This is AYS Aquatics. Today's video is regarding my planted discus tank. Many of my friends are asking that what is my take on planted tank versus bare bottom tank. I'm having two tanks. One is bare bottom, another is planted for discus. So felt like giving my take on planted discus tank. Before going into that, let me just say about this tank. You can see that the substrate is not completely black because this is a combination of two substrate available in the market. One is product and another is fluval. So this is a mix of fluval and product, and in the left hand side there is a driftwood and some rocks. Some plants are there. Let me just tell you what are the different kind of plants. Those are there in the tank. And the right hand corner you can see the bushy one is a Pogostemon octopus, and there are some Cobamba, I hope you can see. And in front the big one is Ludwiga repens. Again in the left hand side there are some Java fern, and also Anubias is there. In the carpet, this is Glossostigma. Also you can see that the carpeting portion has taken place in only the right hand side of the tank. Left hand side is not covered yet. And there may be some other species, also some small Amazon sword you can see in the back of the carpet. So this is the stock of plant. Now regarding Ludwiga repens, I must say you can see the growth. It is a 2 months of growth, a stem plant. Fascinating plant. It will increase so fast that before you can imagine it will cover your entire tank. I need to cut it, I need to do some trimming, but before giving the trim, I have just introduced my tank to you. Now I must say one thing, that this tank is a low-tech tank. I am not using CO2, pressurized CO2, and obviously you have to put some fertilizer. I am putting some fertilizer, but the amount of fertilizer I am putting is also very less. I am putting fertilizer maybe once in a week or at max twice in a week. Now regarding my take on discus tank, planted discus tank, I must say that I'm fond of planted discus tank. My philosophy is a little bit different from that of the other philosophies. In other philosophies, always it will be said that best for discus is bare bottom tank. Yes, bare bottom tank is very good for discus, but bare bottom tank is good for discus when you are thinking to breed discus. If you are looking for only growing up discus, or if you are looking for the longevity of the life of your discus, I believe that planted tank is even better than bare bottom. And obviously also in one way bare bottom reduces your effort because cleaning the bare bottom tank is much easier, but in other way the planted tank reduces your effort in the sense that the change of water in case of bare bottom has to be regular, if not regular, at least every alternative day. But if it is a planted tank, you can change the water maybe once in a week or maximum twice in a week. This tank I change water once in a week, sometime twice in a week, depending on my perception about the quality of water, because we know that nothing can be better than the filtration of the plant. Live plant can filter your water in the best possible way. It doesn't matter how many or how powerful filter you are using in your tank, whether it is chemical, biological or mechanical. Obviously you have to have some filter. You can see in the left hand corner there is a small power filter. Also the flow of the filter I have put towards the back wall of the aquarium to reduce the flow. You know, discus don't like too much of flow, but other than that filter, nothing is there. The plants which are pretty grown now, taking care of the quality of the water. And whether you believe me or not, I must say the mortality rate of discus is much less if it is a balanced planted tank. Now having said that, I must say that my experiment with planted discus tank is limited to low-tech tank only. I don't know if I used pressurized CO2. I don't know if I use fertilizer on a regular basis for the growth of the plant, for carpeting as early as possible, how that will affect my discus. But other than that, if you are using only limited amount of fertilizer, if you are not using too much of pressurized CO2, you are plainly depending on the quality of the substrate for the nutrient and the light. I'm using here 2 PLL light and 1 LED light. Light is a very important thing for growing the plants. Yes, when you are not using pressurized CO2 or too much of fertilizer, your carpeting process will be slow. So you have to choose your plant accordingly. You should not use those plants which are very demanding. Here I am using glossostigma in the bottom, and yes, they are a little bit of demanding, so you can see the carpeting process is very slow. This carpet, I have actually used these plants for more than 2.5 months, but still it is yet to cover the entire tank. But otherwise it's pretty good. You can see the growth of the Pogostemon, you can see the growth of the Ludwiga, and there is little bit of algae attacked in the left hand side. You can see the black portions which are actually covered with little bit of algae, but I'm taking care of it. It will go away. It's a balanced tank. Now one trick I have done here, because quality of water is important in case of Discus, that is below the driftwood there is a lava rock, a big chunk of lava rock. You can always do this trick, because if you use a big chunk of lava rock, it becomes the source of all, or the living space of all the good bacteria, you know. So I change the filter pad, cleared the filter, but I don't remove that lava rock from the left hand corner. It is a big chunk of lava rock, and I believe that maintain the good quality bacteria there, which in turn help to improve the quality of the Discus tank. So you can see there are 3 Discus now. I started with, oh, one more thing, stocking. Stocking is very important. If you want to keep, this is a 2.5 feet tank. If you want to keep, say, suppose 6 Discus or 10, 12 Discus, and your size of tank is not that big, then it is good for them to be in the bare bottom, because in every day, as the bioloid will be increasing, every day you have to change the water. Otherwise, if you are planning for growing out 3-4 Discus in a 2.5 feet tank, I think best is a low-tech planted tank. It will reduce your burden of change the water. The plants themselves will take care of the water. All the excess nutrient, all the nitrate, ammonia will be absorbed by the plant. They will flourish, and these Discus will also grow. You can see this Discus is now 3 inch plus, probably 3.5 inches. I've started with 4 Discuses of 2 inches. I successfully grown them to 3.5 inches, and they are happy. You can see there are 2-3 neon tetra and other tetras here. Else, the tank is doing okay. They are growing, they are healthy, they are happy, and mortality rate is close to 0. I lost one, I have said, but that not because of the water quality, that jumped out of the top. That's a very sad story. Let us keep it for later. But if you ask me in one statement, that if I have to have a good looking tank, as well as if I want to keep Discus in it, what should be the style of the tank, I must say go for a planted one, but low-tech planted one. Don't use too much of fertilizer or CO2, depends on your light and your substrate. Keep 3-4 healthy Discus there, feed them properly, clean water and the aquarium once in a week obviously, and your Discus will grow in no time. So that's it. It is from City of Joy, Kolkata, AYS Aquatics. If you like my video and want to see further more video and my belief on my planted tank and other kinds of tank, my experience rather on them, please subscribe to it. I will be happy to share my experience, love and knowledge with you. Thank you so much. Bye from City of Joy. Oh, one more thing. If you like my video, please don't forget to subscribe. Tata.